そうかな。あれ、飛んでるよね。あら、飛んでるな。よし。よし、流れたかな。よし、OK。じゃあ始めていきましょうかね。では、どうもこんばんはです。体が熱い。これも何日ぶりだっけな。一応ですね、名前忘れたな。ヘイルさんだっけ。チューリングの生みの親のね、人を探してて、結局その人が殺されていることが発覚しまして、では今度はその人がなぜ殺されなければならなかったのかというね、情報を集めてる最中で、終わってたんですね、確か。はいはいはい。ではやっていきましょう。で、この男になんかね、逃走の資金となんか物を、渡さなきゃいけないみたいな感じで、情報の代わりにね、確かそれで終わったんじゃなかったかな。
I told you, I'm not telling you anything else until I get what was agreed upon.
ですよね。はいはい。なんかね、ここのロボットがすげえかわいいですよね。またお会いしましたね。そうだった。じゃあいただきましょうかね。スパークリングウォーターの提供も開始。そらしなかったね。そうか。おかしなコーナーで出ることがある。そうなんだ。よし、じゃあ次の行きましょう。物探しですね。そうか。お金はこのフェアライト博士か。ここにいるんだよね。で、資金提供してもらわなきゃいけないと。ほんで、どうもこんばんはですよ。どうもどうも。やりませんからね。フラワーマンションがばあさんですね。ばあさんってさいか。どこに行こうかな。じゃあちょっとばあさんどういうことだって話してみましょうか。
Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody?
合わせてくれるんだ。よかったよかった。
I guess that means yes.
ちょっとわからんね。
Tori, I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with.
そうか。
But I am a busy woman, you know. Lots to do.
おお、そうか。
Right, Pat?
分かってないんじゃないか。
Traitor. Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further.
最初からそう言ってくださいよ。
Familiarity breeds contempt, after all.
おお、そうか。
And I'm very good at contempt.
I apologize, Aunt Melody.
アプローチャイズって言って
You
ますね。
stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance.
そうですよね。うん。
Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we?
金をよこせと。
Another woman would tell you not to butter her up, but oh, flattery will get you everywhere with me.
まあ、豚もの手でなんとかって言いますからね。ああ、なんでもです。
All right. What do you need?
あ、そう
I
ね。
can only imagine.
でしょうね。
If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat
分
farm.
かってたのね。あ、そうそうそうなんでね。
I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor.
言葉わかんのかこのクマは。
Whatever. It was a simile then. I am not going to play semantics with you.
そうやな。会話が読めないな。
Moving on. Tell me what the trouble is, and I'll try to conjure up a solution.
Yes, Mr. Mensa says he
まあ、
needs
素直に言いましょう。
100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly.
いや、そのかなんか、車となんか、偽装用のパスポートがどうだこうって言ってたんだっけ。
He also said that you already promised it to him, and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it.
偽装
He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own.
できるんだ。ああ、そうか。裏事情の、なんだっけ。前に捕まえた若者2人がいて、そいつらに任せるって言ってましたよね、なんか。
What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money?
できませんよ。
Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turing?
痛いとこつけますね。
According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand.
まあ、要は超一流じゃないと言われてるんですね。はい。
The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody.
実際どうなんでしょうね。知らないんですけど。ジャーナリストの友達なんていないからな。
Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh?
バレバレじゃないですか。
A spirited return. I love it.
なんか気に入られましたよ。
I can get you the money, Turing,
お、やった。
but only because you're family.
なんかうまくいったらしいぞ。
Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it.
パッドに数分間に。は
Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute.
どういうこと？
While we wait, is there anything else you want to grill me over? Might as well save us both another visit.
はいはい。なんかですかね。そうですよね。ちょっとこれが気になる俺。
Smarter than I give him credit for, that's for sure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to measure, you know?
まあまあ、それは確かにね。うん。なんか少なくとも言葉を理解してるっぽいんですよね、あのクマ。
He doesn't process language in the same way humans do, and even if he can understand me, my translation program just guesses at what he says most of the time.
なるほど。
Oh, you have a translator running from your neural implant.
え、そうなの？
Ah, yes, I'm cheating.
ほう。
Though, honestly, even without it, I have a pretty good idea of what he means most of the time.
は
We've been together for a while now. Considering it only really works on large, typically predatory mammals, we don't have a lot of test subjects.
なんか変な気がつけてたけど、そういうことか。
It's a minefield of ethical concerns beyond just being prohibitively expensive.
まあ、そりゃ。
So Pad is a bear apart, at least until we can figure out how to apply the modified neural pathways without frying the brains of 90% of the subjects.
実験体の 90% の脳を壊してる。は
The tech we developed is good. It just has a damned high mortality rate.
あ、怖いこと言うな。
Maybe one day there will be a bunch of talking tigers and dolphins building cities in the sea, but for now, we're stuck with creating beasts out of our own species.
喋られたら怖いと思うけどね、俺は。
I do. It's a little personal, though.
いいじゃない
I
か。
understand if you didn't feel like answering.
個人的なこと、はいはい。
Just shoot, Turing. I can take it.
Long ago, you lost your mother. I was wondering, how did you deal with it?
ああ、なるほど。そうですね。まあ、このチューリングはね、生みの親を亡くしてますからね。
Hayden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good.
Oh, Turing. I'm not the right person to ask.
ほう。
I hated my mother.
ああ、はいはい。
She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief that I could start undoing the damage she did.
まあ、経営方針で真逆だったんです
Never
よね、
mind
確
the
か。
fact I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for us both. Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up.
ヘイデンはすぐ見つかる？
No. Blast it! Enough with this subterfuge! We already know Hayden was killed.
あ、そうか。
Oh no.
知らなかったのか。そうそう。そうでしたね。
I won't be getting him back.
I'm sorry, Turing. I still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know that I've ever had anyone close enough to do that. If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen. Or make Pat do it anyway.
まあ私もね、いつ死ぬか分かりませんけどね。ははっつって。
Thank you. I don't know.
Stick it out. Time heals all wounds. Or so they say. This too shall pass.
まあそういう言葉しかないでしょうね。
Just in time, then.
ほう。
Take the cash and get moving.
現縄なんだ。
I can finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Your help has been invaluable to us.
このキャッシュレスの時代を過ぎようとしたのに。
Yes, yes.
過ぎてるよね、2064年なら。
You've got things to do too.
さてと。
I did not think I would feel such a
それ
strong
はいろいろ問題になるだ
resonance
ろ
with Melody.
う。
We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me.
胸が痛い。
Is that strange? I guess there's nothing to do but run with it.
言い方が悪いか
Some gifts
な。
are too valuable to look at too closely, lest they vanish into thin air, and I already have a penchant for overanalyzing things.
まあ内容次第なんだよな、物事の追求がいいか悪いかって。
Let's get moving.
相手によりけりなんだよね、こ
We
れって。
still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa.
よいしょっと。ありますね。さあ、犯罪行為に走るか。
Detective Rivers, to what do we owe the pleasure?
お
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters.
ほ
It wasn't too hard to track you down here. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCAD system.
まあまあまあまあ。
Not much.
手がかりじゃない。
Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really
操作の字が違うんじゃないかな。
use the two of you. I had been busy hunting down I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire.
実行犯ってこと？
Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden.
Hi,
He's got
hi.
an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit.
それはアリバイは作ってるでしょ
Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise, I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers.
なるほどね。
We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police.
まあそれありますけどね。まあそれはそうでしょうね。
I wish I just Wish this. Never mind.
なんかこのチューリングって人間より表情豊かというか感情がすごいよね。でも
Back up, Turing. I wish this was easier too. But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing.
こっちは操作って書いてるよな。じゃああれなんだろう、誤訳じゃないんだな。字間違えたわけじゃないかもしれないな。
You two are my new deputies, right? So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more.
なるほどなるほど。はいはい。すまんの。
You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after. Yeah, sure. Just get going. Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
許さんと言われてもね。
Okay then, we only have a single lead. If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting.
いかがわしい場所。いいじゃない、いかがわしい場所。
Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally. Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat.
見た目で22歳でわからないト
They
ムキャットさんじゃない
finished
ですか。
decrypting Hayden's data cache.
ほう、それは面白いじゃないか。
It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development. The more technical information was already scraped. Perhaps that is why it was left behind when they snatched him.
はいはいはい。
Still, these files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way. I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting.
あ、ここで言ってくれない
I
の？
hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing. いますね。あ、いたいた。
Oh crap! It's that reporter in the bot again. Cheese it, Ollie.
逃げないでよ。
Hold on a moment. We're just here to ask the two of you for a favor. You don't need to run again.
I knew you didn't have the guts to mess with me.
いやいやいや。
Guts?
ガッツが足りないっていうか。ラーシーさんを呼ばないと。
And why would we want to help you?
いや、
We did trash that apartment, Chad.
せやな。
Yeah? So?
バラすぞこの野郎。
We also didn't report you to the police for it.
そうですね。
Yeah? So?
And they still could.
そういうことです。
Oh. Alright, well, spill it then. I ain't got all day. Can't you see me and Oliver are busy?
わかりませんね。
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
そうなんだ。
Oh! So this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes.
ストリートの地、都会の生存術か。噛みましたけど。
So, What's the thread? B&E? War driving? Copyright infringement? Search bombing?
Is search bombing actually illegal?
そうだよね。
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
あれ実際どうなのこれ。
Oh, that's nothing.
簡単なん
If
だ
you。can pay.
金。
Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests.
は
He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
ほう。
It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get two people past the border safely.
でしたよね。偽造パスポートでしたよね。うん。
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
はあ。
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
ほう。
That's not really the same thing, Chad.
誰ならできるとわかるんだ。
It wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy. Very cloak and dagger.
そりゃあ、ねえ。
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo.
まあそりゃだってね、技術者の方が有能ですからね、大体ね。うん。
Well, that and petty larceny.
We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the
まあ鉄砲玉としてはね。
passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal? You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet?
まあ、まああるでしょうね。
Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software. I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
なるほどね。
Which means what exactly in English?
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
すごいことだ
Can? Really?
あ、ちょっとムカついてる。
I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica. Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century? ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
めっちゃ怒ってるで。
Yeah. That's a good point. Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name calling, too.
いや、それ後でいいやないか。
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh, BitBrain!
いつの時代だ、8ビットって。
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
back to you, Bubblehead.
青だるま。
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade.
はあ、条件なんでしょ
A couple of passports are gonna run us... One signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the gates to the deep?
う。オタクですかい。
Of course. It's always that Japanese crap.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better?
妙はないね。
Probably.
あるかもよ。かもよ。
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get.
へえ。
My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on.
はいはいはい。自分の手を汚さずにね。
We'll help you look for it.
まあ、なんとなく仲間に加わったって言ったかい。なんとなくここにありそうなんだよな。
Oh, there it is!
ほら。
I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
なんか悪い気がする。
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
今日は喧嘩売ってるんですよね。
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
その方がいいと思うんですけどね、私も。
We can't do that. She knows who we are.
ダメかい。
Us too.
うん。
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
いやいやいや、分かってるよ。でもそれがいるっつうのはしょうがないだろう。
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
そうですね。うん。
Screw that static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for. Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine.
あ、喋るんだ。
If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
うん、なるほど。
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
そうなの、シャレにならないんだよ。ね。
Well, Dad, after a fashion, he raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
It seems very unlikely.
せやな。
Oh man, I don't know what to say, you know? I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
Chad?
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself.
ほうほう。
Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic.
おお、そういうことなのかい。あのリーゼントの息子ですか。
I thought I could find a way to make him... Whatever. I might as well nuke that drive.
いや、それはあかん。それはダメだ。
It ain't gonna sink.
まあまあまあ。
I think I
悪い人間ではないんだろうけど
understand
ね。
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
野郎同士。
Dudes.
ゲイですか。
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with. Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
おお、せやな。うん。まあ褒めと
People
こう
keep saying that, and I keep wanting to punch them for it.
そうはダメか。
It's probably the hair.
You think? Well, I ain't willing to give up my dude just so people will think I'm a brain.
これあ、髪なんだ。
Got an image to protect.
なんか被ってるかと思った俺。失礼。
I still think it would be better in yellow.
いや、そういう問題じゃないと思うんだけどな。
Yeah? Maybe we can get a box of dye on the way home.
ずっと帽子かと思ってた。だって髪は大事ですよ。
The line is finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
Well, if it isn't the luckiest jerk I've ever seen in my
わかる気が
life.
する。悪運の強い誰かさん。
I had to schedule a specialist to come fix my ROM, and you better hope they can.
それはすんませんでした。ほんとすんませんでした。
Oh well, all's well that ends well. I underestimated how much people would appreciate an early Christmas. Anyway. Hey, Ollie.
Salutations, Ramona.
What can I do for you all?
何かご用かしら。ご用です。
Hem.
全くですよ。もう髪がね薄くなってきてね最近ね。
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
嫌な予感しかないじゃないか完全に。
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
CM でしたっけ。ランマ2分の1でも苦悩がよく言ってたんですけどね。
No way! Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is
早
off
えな。
limits.
一言で返されたぞ。
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster?
そらそうだ。そらそうだ。ごめん。そら順を追って説明しないとダメだよね。
Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
誰？
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary,
タケコ
but I
か？
promise that we're not overstating it. this is a dire situation and people have already died.
まあ出てますね、確かに。
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it.
そりゃそうでしょうね。
I don't even see how the poster can help.
竹村。おお。
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
失礼なこと言うね、君も。何がくだらんものに価値をつけることこその経済活動のだな。いやいや。
Cheap crap! I'll have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more.
数百クレジットなんだ。
Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed.
あ、それはダメだ。うん、それはダメだな。
It's special.
Sure
なんだ、
it
その
is.
タケコにもらいに行けばいいかなと思ったらもうなくなってたんですね。怒らしちゃダメよ。
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
そうそう。
Thankfully.
こう。
It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone.
ん？ある人から。ほう。
Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Perhaps
難しいで
there's
すね。
something else that would make a suitable trade.
You aren't hearing me, are you?
せやな。
It has sentimental value. You can't replace that.
これはあれだな。
You'll just have to order something off the mesh because you can't have this one.
奪うのが正解ってことかい？
We don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade?
ほう。お、なんだ。
I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
あ、
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare.
これほんまやろな。
They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
You can't be serious, Ollie. You have that thing framed on your wall.
お、本当だったらし
You
い。
wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it.
This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing.
やべえ、かっけえ。
I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Maybe.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need.
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up.
分かってもらえたぞ。なんか正解だったらしいぞ。
Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one too. Go ahead and take the poster.
すまんのう。
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
あ、
Of course.
これは
I'll bring it over when we talk
恋
about
心
the
が芽生え
trade.
る流れだね。
So cool. The Hassy Rom will help you get your Hassy fix.
うん、確かにね。
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
What are you talking about?
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
ひがんでるぞ。
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
いやいやいやいやいやいやいやいやいや。
Sure.
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing. He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
ほいほい。
Sure. Change the subject.
いや、そっちが本題やよね。
I'll call him right now then. It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
声を変えてますね。
And we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional like. You know Stardust?
うん。あ、してますよ。うん。よく言ってますよね。
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Mega Fobitor arcade cabinet and get out.
メガフォーミターの。ああ、はいはい。急にむちゃくちゃな挙動したゲームですよね。
10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is.
ほうほう。
I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
まあ、そうしないとね。ああ、
Who
ヘコさん、
cares?
このこと。
Let him play Spy Master if he
いやいや、
wants.
悪いことないですよ。取引ですよ。
Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
じゃあ行きましょうか。
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
Yeah. Don't want to get her IDs taken.
あ、未成年だから。
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. Even if it is like a million years old.
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
あ、そうなんだ。へえ。
Found that one out the hard way.
やったんだ。
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
それはダメだ。
So I like the hard way.
マゾじゃないですか。
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone.
君もいらんことは言わないよ。ちょっとせ。
Welcome to Stardust.
もういるじゃん。これですよね。で、10分後ですよね。
That should do it.
10分後ってのがよくわからんけどね。
That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster.
まあそんなもんですよ。
I I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive.
ああ、それはしょうがないね。
I had not considered aesthetics. Though the art is competent, I'm not sure it is to my taste.
まあまあまあま
But there is no accounting for such things.
あ。そうそう
I
そう
hope
で
that
す。
whoever gets it enjoys it.
そうです。
But that's enough navel gazing. Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade.
了解した。
Y'all do the deal?
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
これ別の人が持っていかないよね。
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long. I wonder how he knows the drop happened and gets to it so fast.
中にいるんじゃない？
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway? You said to trade for information. But what's the full story?
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed.
ですね。いいとこですね。
The passports are one part of that.
ということらしいですね。
We also need to obtain an untraceable card.
あ、そうか。この言ってたな。
I don't suppose the two of you could help with that?
No way, dude!
何々できんのかい？
Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F!
あ、そういうことね。
Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
探知不可能な車って何かわからん。
Chad's right.
Of course I'm right.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network.
ほう。
You have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
管理システムの目から外れる特別な許可。つってもな。
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway. The junks run that racket in Neo SF, and they don't play nice.
いや、ネットワークに繋がらなきゃいいってことですよね。ジャンク。
Especially with the HR.
ほう。
Well, thank you either way. You've both done us a huge favor.
まあそうです
Call
ね
it。even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard
青
feelings.
坊主。
You give us a call if you need anything else, long as it'll help you find your pops.
あ、ありがてえな。
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip. You take care. Don't get derezzed.
なんだかんだでいいやつパターンですね。
See ya!
Goodbye. Let's finish the trade inside.
じゃあ行きましょうか。
Welcome to Stardust.
お、あった、あるじゃん。
Here the passports are, just as advertised. Now we need to find a car.
車ね。まあジャンクはどうだって言って
Guess
ましたけ
is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
ど、ご都合主義すぎねえか君。
Good thinking.
Oh, look. It's my favorite human and the mechanical sidekick.
なんかきついね、言い方がやっぱ。
Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me.
おお、さすが待ってらっしゃる。
Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out.
お、それはありがてえ。
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax, and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway?
まあいろいろありましたね。
Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable. I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection. And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs. Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either.
まあそれが普通でしょうね。
I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway.
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
なんかえらい挑発的な選択肢あるよね。
You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think.
あ、
This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day.
そう。マジードっつうのはバーにいた左側のヒゲのおっさんですね。
There's a free lead for you. Get me another drink in exchange, will you? Later.
おお、そうだな。どんなカクテルが好きなのかな。
That went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us.
ちょっと調子乗んなよ。あ、
Oh, you performed admirably as well. Onward we go.
I gave you what you wanted, right? I have cuties to meet.
いや、カクテルおごるのはいいんだけど、何おごりゃいいんだろうね。
Hey, friends, what can we get for you?
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink.
そうだね、そりゃそうだ。
What'll it be?
Well, じゃあパワープレイで。
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is.
スパイシーなやつは違う人じゃなかったっけ。デザインを勉強してた私好みのお姉さん。
He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days. Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day.
お、そうか。確かにな。なんか調べたら52種類あるらしいですね、これ。なんか。
This one is...
あ、そういうこと。へえ、それ面白いな。
Does that sound good?
いや
Here you go.
青いな。なんかついてんのかあれ。
So, what did
ま
you
あ
need help?
一言で言うとね。
We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
ビール飲まないんだよな、あんまり最近な。ホッピーとかハイボールばっかり飲んでますよね。
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can I do?
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities.
はっきり言うね。
Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help?
Uh, 答えづれえだろ。
He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right. Sorry, friends.
そりゃそうですよね。
I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Ah, of course. Completely understandable. Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on.
あれ
Mind manning the bar for me?
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
これもしかして
Thanks. Love you, hun.
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed? Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
ジャーナリスト的知恵。これは完全に、なんかね、ありそうな気がするんですよね。
No, Tomcat has already stuck their neck out for us too often. I feel a little bad about how much we've relied on them as it is.
そこで遠慮する
And besides, this is a considerably more felonious action.
あ、まあまあ、それは。
Morally, we should be dirtying our own hands.
おそれは問題ないかい
That might be our only option. Though last time we had to have Jess vouch for us so we wouldn't get sold for parts.
そうね。
Well, I'd get sold for parts. I don't know about you.
そりゃあバラバラですよね。文字通り。
Can you even use human parts for anything?
臓器というパーツにね、ははっつって。
Regardless, we might have to chance it. I hope you can ask around without drawing too much attention to us.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
okay, the two of you are killing me here.
もしかして知ってるのはこっちだったの
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network.
へえ。
That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here with that before Majid gets back.
あ、やべえ。なんかやばいのが来たぞ。
Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around.
うん。切れたらごめんなさいね。
I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him.
うん。
He did what I was never able to.
うん。
That's how we met, you know? That old rough and tumble life we both led.
まだ大丈夫ですよね、これ。流れてますよね。
But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons, lots of things.
なるほど。
He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life,
なるほど。
even if only one of us is really living it. I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good, too.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus.
すまねえな。うん。
We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
ああ、それはあるかもしれないですね。
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay? Just get out of here and get on with your
だ
little
からあえ
Grand
て
Theft
外れたの
Auto.
かもしれないですね。
And let me know how it goes, okay?
Of course.
よし、じゃあちょっとセーブ。偶然同じ場所のデータがありましたね。
Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes.
ただ車ですよね。車自体を探さないといけないんでしょ。あと
I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak. Let's go look for some likely candidates. I should be ready by then.
ですよね。
It has an extra cup holder.
どうでもよくね。いけんのかね。
Oh, rats! This car has the wrong firmware installed.
あ、そういうこと。
We won't be able to install our new firmware over top of it.
てか目の前に人がいるのにやるなよって話ですけどね。
We'll have to check another car.
じゃあ車がある場所を探せってことね。車ね。
Oh no! How did the alarm get set off?
そりゃなるで
Did
し
I
ょう
do
よ。
something wrong? Let's get out of here before someone contacts the authorities.
普通そうでしょうよ。
Success!
い
This
けたんだ。
vehicle has the appropriate firmware version.
いいのか？
Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There.
早っ。
There are some other options here I can fool around with. Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date. Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week?
ああ、なるほどね。はいはいはい。
That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away.
うんうん、確かにね。
Now we aren't really stealing the car.
いや、なるだろ。いやいや、言ってる意味わかんねえよ。
More like borrowing without asking.
そんな黒い人理論やりなさいよ。もうね、ダメですよ、そんなことやったら。
Me too.
こいつらダメだ。もうダメだ。クズの集まりだ。
The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There, everything should be set up now. Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
できました。できました
We
よ。
did. Here you go, Vincent.
Everything seems to be in order. Here. This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here.
これが入れるのかい？
It's my Parallax employee badge. It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed.
まあね、そうです。
You'll want to use that sooner rather than later.
まあさせやな。
I'm not wasting any time leaving. Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works.
ああ、はいはいはい。まあさそうでしょうね。
And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country. The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
洗浄した。洗浄したっていうのかな。売ったんでしょ、要は。
Ah, I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy. Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue. At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public. They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile. They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate policies.
ピュアとかね。ピュアはいいぞ。まあ俺みたいなもんだから。
Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing. It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart.
ピュアとは、私のことですよ。
Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time.
そして人を超えたとか言ってね、全てを超える存在だとかつってね、人間を駆逐しようとするわけですね。わかります。ね、
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself.
まあそういうことですよね。
And there are shadier applications for it.
ああ、らしいさん、こますよ。どうもどうも。
I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants?
ああ、はいはいはい。
The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services. That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion.
素晴らしいじゃん。捏造しまくりだぞ。
It's scary stuff. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works. I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI.
メタルギアでよく似た話があったような気がしますけど。
Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on. The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react. Before any counter movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax.
はいはいはい。まあ騙しやすいもんね。知らないし。
Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject.
まあね。あ、それだったら殺すのもわかるな。邪魔だもんね。
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. I guess it's one of the perks of being the smartest guy in the room. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
でもぶっちゃ
That's
け
not what I want your takeaway to be.
この人消される気がするんだよな。さっき持ち株をなんかね金に変えただかなんか言ってたから多分バレてんじゃねえかな。
Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it. Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes. We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out.
そうですね。この人もまあヘイデンが殺されたってあること知らないんだよね。
Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
まあ本当に殺されたかどうか知らないけど、まあ映像が残ってたって言ったけど。あ、そうや。
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace.
Oh.
She was very insistent on things like that.
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine. But I do enjoy the idea in abstract. I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
ああ、そうなの？はいはい。
If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate.
ああ、三輪さんが言ってたあれですよね。生を超えた存在みたいな。生を超越したとか言ってましたよね。
Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
そう言われたらそうだよね。
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us.
性別を色で表してるって何なんでしょうね。
What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck, both of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa. I need a few minutes.
ああ、はいはい。
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
全然覚えてない。ごめん。
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being...
ああ。
I'm not even sure what word to use. Too likable? She was kind and bright and did all she could to try to make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative.
あざといってことですか？
He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him.
はあ、はあ、はあ。 そこにバカ女って
That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong.
キャバ嬢じゃないですか。
Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just nice.
ああ、なるほどなるほど。あ、なんかヘイデンさんのね気持ちは分からんではないな。うん。俺も同じこと考えると思うな、それだったら。
She was genuinely good, in the same way I'm genuinely obsessed with seeming intelligent. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other.
なんでしょうね。
Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender.
人間の考えてること、なんか人間以上に人間らしいっていうのか。
Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me.
確かに困惑はしますよね。
But it doesn't really matter to me at all.
うまくは話せませんけどね、これがどう説明したもんか。
Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant. Playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that,
なんだろうな。
I don't know.
あ、そこに言うロボットっていう前提があるからなんか困惑するよね。こういうこと言われると。
This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything. I'm aware
そ
of the
う
Cooper
自然な感情なんだけどっていう。
I think I'm somewhere between
なんだ
anger
ろ
and
う。
bargaining.
まあいいや。
A
もうね、
testament to
理
Hayden's
屈で考えたらやめよ
craftsmanship.
う。
Thank you for your words. You're a better friend than I could have asked for. We have other pressing avenues of
クロ
inquiry
ー
to
ク
make.
ダガートロフィーが出ました。
Let's move on.
多分これでこのチャプター終わるのかな。あ、終わったっぽいね。よしよし。
Okay, let's check out what is going on at KCOB now.
急にそっち来たな。 じゃあ行きましょうか。キスなんちゃらだよね。ああ、女性とキスしてみたいな。ああ、なんです。
Here we are.
白さんさん。
The COS.io Corporation Office Building.
うん。
It looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under COS.io.
なるほど。それが何かって。
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles.
あ、なるほどね。
Not impossible, but unlikely.
まあ内部闘争的なね。
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues. None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups.
ああ。まあそりゃそうだわね。メリットないもんな、確かに。
They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
うん。詳細な説明ありがとう。
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt.
そうなんだ。まさに今その2020年代前半になろうとしてるんだけどこれが実際そうだったらえらいことだよでもどうなんだろう、実際危ないのかな
A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services.
まあそういうところ知らない私もあれな、勉強不足なんですけど、
They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse.
そりゃ災難でしたな。シムシティじゃないですか。
One of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation. This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it. They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations.
だってシムシティって金払わなかったら壊れてきますからね、道路とか。
Some places like Los Angeles just sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
警察が民間って笑えんよな。
The cities in the Bay Area were a little more selective, and most of the
まあ
municipal
解
services
釈で
are owned by multi-corporation coalitions.
法廷で会おうが連発するでしょうけど、まああれね、裏で金をつかませて、いやなんでもないです。もうね、陰謀論もやめましょうね。
from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition.
まあ不祥事もバレなきゃいいんですよね。
It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the meshnet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of a city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt.
金の力には勝てんということですか。
But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city. That can't be said for some areas of the state.
もっとひどいところがあると。ちょっと聞いてみましょうか。
I haven't spent enough time learning about the subject or politics in general to give you an educated answer. If I go by the posts people make on the meshnet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure.
結局金の力なんですね。
People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen. They hold up Neo-SF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly.
そりゃそうだよな。結果論としてこんなバカでかいことやっちゃったらね。
Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it. Historical precedent seems to lend credence to this interpretation. If you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the
銭は必要
subject,
ですよ、本当。本当ね、結婚しようにもね、いろいろですよ。人の心は金でつかめるんですと。ね。
you're welcome. I am happy to assist.
ありがとうございます。でもこれ十分起こり得る話なんですよね。
The meshnet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us.
そうでしたっけ？
All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this time.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye.
なんだろう、どっから見た顔なんだよこれ。
You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
ああ、ちょっとあれですよ。ハイボールでも。
My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options.
何の話だったっけな、忘れたな。もうやったのが3、4日前だからな。
Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies.
まあそりゃ。
Even if I do end up being right. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media. At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield.
こういう会社が一番怖いんだけどな。
Now, what do you know about our problem here?
印象操作やり放題じゃないですか、そんなの。
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network.
はいはいはい。
The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some points after they hit the mesh, they get changed.
まあよくわかってないですけど、メッシュネットが俗にクラウドみたいなものなんですかね。よく知らないけど。
I'm hoping that you could do some digging. Maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it.
オリジナルとクラウド側が違うっていうのはちょっとなかなかあれですよね。
Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help. Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to.
あれか、失礼しました。ちょっとむせました今。ね。
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones.
これはあれですよ。ネットワーク管理者が改ざんしたというのはどうだろう。
All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise. Not really. My admin says that only some Parallax's network protocols changes as something passes across the net. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. Makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling.
なんか右の物体がすんげえ可愛らしくてね、なんかずっとそっちが気になるんですよね。話が入ってこないですよね。
It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they need to. I'm sure you'll do a good journal and bring me back the right answer. I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have. Anything else I can tell you? Off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
葉巻。
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself.
あ、ちゃんとこれ会話のスピードに合わせてんだな。この文字の表示スピードは。
as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055, almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We're one of the few good ones left. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places, and it paid off. COS-IO Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that. Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova.
Charlie Nova 誰だ?
That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
あ、はい。
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? Because I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports.
それは優秀というのか。
This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities.
コネクション豊富なのか?
The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass. No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you.
そうね。確かにそうなんですよ。
deniability and all that.
で、これ何がすごいってね。
I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do
100% 私もこれ理解してないんですよ。
Not even second hand, but third hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone.
ただね、ほんと子供には分からんぞこれ。
Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever.
はい、わかりました。
If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck, and goodbye.
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help.
まあね、人間金を稼ぐとこうなるんですよ。
She never brought you that water either.
そうかよ。そういや持ってこなかったな。
Is it always like this?
まあ人によるんじゃない?
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
確かにそうなんですよね。思い込んで進んで道間違えてたらえらいことですからね。もう戻れねえよって。
Anyway, seems like our next step is...
私はもう戻れないけどね。ははっつって。はい。何？なんか来たよ。うっそー。急展開。
Considering the angle and height of the fall, rendering suitable aid is beyond our capabilities now. Your desire is laudable, but emergency services are already on the way. They will assist her as much as they can. We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here.
いいのか?
Perhaps we can still dispense justice.
全く。しかも完全にあれですね、ファミコン探偵クラブ的な。入れるか？入れるんだ。
It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon.
スーパーファミリンクビデオゲーム。いや、そういうものじゃない。そういうものじゃなくて。
This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me?
いや、君たちね、それはいいんだよ。
Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this. Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment.
Oh.
Give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard. Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submissions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb. Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been.
Oh.
Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the Augmented Eye journalist. This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to.
なるほど。
My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window.
窓から1メートル離れた。ってことは。
Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help. But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor or any other thermal hotspots.
Eh? このロムじゃないの?
It doesn't look like it. We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
Son of a...
おお、いやいやいや、どうもどうも。サノバってされば。
I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
いや違うの、これ聞いてくれ、偶然なんだよ。
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zin to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair.
Of course you did. Damn it. Fine, fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up. Chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
わかりました、わかりました、わかりましたよ。
Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
おるねー。
Because it's better this way. We are chasing smoke trails. You think she would assist such an unlikely investigation?
まあ確かにね。
I do not need you to infer upon my motivations or highlight my duplicity.
めっちゃ怒られてるんですけど。
Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zin gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive.
なるほど。
Literally. Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out? We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too. Now, unless you have further recriminations to level at me, we must not squander the time my dishonesty bought us.
この子もなかなか言い方にトゲがあるよね。
I have highlighted the main Neo SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map. Let's go.
ちょっとセーブしとこう。まあ 顔が見てても死んでますけどね、制作者も。あ、まあまあまあ。死んでるとされてますけどね。
I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start.
あー、なるほどね。そうなのか。
I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
わかりました。
Honestly, you do have your own mesh access, yes? I'm quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making.
どうした急になんか性格変わったかおい。
We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you can
めっ
just go
ちゃ
look
イラ
that
つ
on
いてる
your
よ
own.
この子。どうしたおい。わかったわかっ
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit on edge.
た。立ちすぎ。
Things are barreling out of our control, and I'm taking it out on you.
ロボットに八つ当たりされたぞおい。
Forgive me. Let me pull up the information you requested. TMI Entertainment is a relatively popular celebrity and gossip news conglomerate. They own OK Today. They did a good job transitioning from the traditional media models of television and news to the net-based model prevalent now, pioneered by their digital newspaper, OK Today's The Scanline.
YouTube みたいなもんす
Call
か。
their programs rags, but opinion on the
まあ
mesh
YouTube は番組
seems
作んない
more
とけど。
favorable than not. They stick to mostly good-natured prying and lean away from the seedier nastiness that paparazzi can get up to.
ふん。
As such, they have a positive relationship with many celebrities and regularly get exclusive scoops that keep their ratings up,
Ah,
despite their
確か
refusal
に
to
ね。
peddle in the darker side of the celebrity news circuit. Charlie Nova is TMI Entertainment's most popular TV personality. He's gotten consistently high ratings for almost a decade and isn't afraid to tell you about it.
自負してんだ。
The chatter on the mesh paints him as a bit arrogant, but in that loud, backslapping kind of way that a media star can get away with.
あれこれもしかしてまだ流れてますよねこれ。
He's best known for hosting Star in the Stratosphere. It's one of those talent-seeking reality programs. Apparently, when TMI can't organically discover enough celebrities, they just manufacture them.
ああはいはいはい。あありがとうございます。
Oh, and also, according to this blog,
たまにわかんないことなんですよ
Charlie's
ね
hair
こ
is flawless.
れ。ヘアスタイル。大体ロゴのヘアスタイルじゃないんだよね。うさ耳。
Incorporated. Do you have an appointment?
なんだこの声。なんだろう。ケイトに似てない？伝送さんに。
I really can't let you in without an appointment. I can maybe pencil you in for next Wednesday?
いや、それじゃ困るんだ。なんとかならか今にしてくれないか。
We don't have time for this.
だから落ち着け。その剣幕やめなさい。
People's lives are on the line here, and all you care about is an appointment?
いやいや、TI はいらないです。いや、いらないわけじゃないんだけど。落ち着け、落ち着け、落ち着け。
Look, if
that important? I can buzz you through to sympathy.
シンパシー。同調ですか？
But she isn't going to be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up. And try not to make her too mad. I'll be the one dealing with the fallout.
そりゃあ災難ですね。
Right. Of course. I apologize. We will be as tactful as possible, I assure you.
嘘くせえ。絶対嘘くせえ。
Okay, she's over on the other side of the room. Head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother the talent.
ああ、了解。ああ、いろいろな情報ありがとう。誰？どれ？彼女っつってたよね。この人か？ちげか。お？これ話しかけていいのかい？
Hey, you, over here, now. What are you doing bothering my people?
そらそう。
I thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee. Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief.
ひげ生えてません？え？
What are you doing in my building?
いや、いろいろありまして。
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We are trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about.
まあ、それは知らんけど。
Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself.
おお、そうですか。
What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. Super hacker twists meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The clicks basically farm themselves.
どうしようかな。ちょっと含みを渡しましょう。
I already have a pretty decent idea of what
何を言ってんの？
And if that doesn't pan out, I have our primary server cluster chewing through mesh posts looking for inconsistencies. I'll figure this one out on my own, without some newbie mucking things up. Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin?
確かに個性的ですよ。
What does Zin have to do with this?
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with.
うん。あ、そうでしたね。
Then someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Holy shit. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie.
初めから個性型なのか。
If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible.
まあそうでしょうね。
I mean, shit. We're an entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that.
なるほど。いい言葉だ。
But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown. Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own.
これはなかなかの難題ですよ。
Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just
いいじゃない。だって。
Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand. Very sleek, very clean. Bravo. Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose.
OK 了解。
Wait! I forgot to introduce myself.
本題入らせて。
I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that, I'm sure. What can I do for you, hmm?
これは喋らせた方がいいかもしれないね。
Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story, have you?
お、分かってらっしゃる。
After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original
autobiography. 100% オリジナルってマーベラスな時点だって。ノバのごとく。新しいヤクザゲームですか。
But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small product advertisements. And the rest is not so ancient history. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the mesh, and I couldn't be happier.
なるほど。
It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
ほほう。そういうリップサービスは忘れてないんだな。
Yes, any additional information on your station would be greatly
言っ
appreciated.
てますね。確かに。でもそれぐらい自信は持ってもいいかもしれないね。
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match.
はいはい。
But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about sympathy. It's her pride and joy, after all.
や彼女っつったよね。モコモコ髪のチャロ。気にはしてるんだ。
I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being.
この人は悪い人間ではなさそうだね。
So, let's move on. What next? Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it.
まあ、そうだよね。できるだけことは深刻に運びたくないからね。
They're top notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
まあ今のところはってことだな。
That's very upsetting. I hope you've passed along that information to Sympathy. I'm certain our tech people will be able to find the culprit in short order once they know enough about it. I really don't know what I have to do with it, though.
でもこれ情報伝えられたら余計に身が危なくなるよね。
Need to know and all that.
確かにね、その通りです。
I keep on top of the things that need my attention and leave Sympathy to handle all the things that don't.
女性通かあれっすよね、多分トランスジェンダー的な人じゃないですか。トランスジェンダーじゃないな、まあどこでオカマさんですよね、簡単に言うと。
My time is too important to be wasted on trivial things like minor technical glitches.
多分ね、ここのが女性なんでしょ。
All right, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to. So get the hell out of here.
このゲーム多分そういう人も結構普通にいますよね、登場人物に。まあ同性愛者だったりとか。多分そういう感じなんじゃないかな。
Come back and see me again.
まあそうでしょう。
Directly.
Remember, I'm the victim in all this.
まあ簡単に言うとおねえってやつでしょ。もっと簡単に言えば。
She looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get?
知らんがな。初めて会うたっちゅうね。
I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down.
We're very sorry if we made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers.
絶対あかんパターンだと思いますけど。
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no.
めっちゃビビってますけど。
It'll only take a minute.
All right, but she takes it with plenty of milk.
あ、そうっすか。 これどうしよう。ちょっと一回やってみてえなこれ。なんかあんじゃねえか。できねえかな。腐った牛乳入れらんねえかな。ちょっとやってみよう。できてくれ、頼むって感じ。あれ、俺セーブしたよね。ちょっと嫌だからもう一回やっとこう。いけたらしいな。
Okay, let's deliver this and make amends.
I thought I told you to beat it. Or do your ears just not work? Ha! Ah, that's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do. Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain, but he brings in most of our revenue, so his happiness is our top priority.
この人ちょっとなんか人に恨みあんのか。
Ugh, my stomach is killing me. Maybe those egg rolls I had earlier.
ですよね。
I'm heading to the can, and you're heading to the street.
よかったんだろうか。
Did you want a signed photo? It's Charlie. And honestly, I'd absolutely love to help you out. Really, I just don't have the information you're looking for. It's Charlie. And of course, I'm the leading man around here. Who has said otherwise? I'm not quite certain what you think it is that I don't know, but I assure you that I know what it is. You won't be able to trip me up that easily. Nothing. The tech guys already did an audit on my online presence, and there's no evidence of any attempts of unauthorized access to any of my accounts.
Who?
That's why they're having a hard time pinning down this creep.
それ内部の犯行じゃないのじゃあ。
He isn't actually changing the posts from inside my account at all. So there you go. We're already on top of it. Nothing to worry about at all.
Oh, God
damn, I don't know what's wrong with my stomach. And didn't I tell you to get the hell out of here? You're on my last nerve, and if you wanted to earn a grudge with me, you're just about there. Move!
That did not go well at all. We need some kind of leverage to get Mr. Nova to give us the information we want. I'm certain he knows something. Don't you agree? Indeed. While you were talking to him, I took the opportunity to look into his history more thoroughly. It turns out he did a series of promos for a local Passy bar early in his career, and some fans still spot him there from time to time. It's a long shot, but frankly, everything about this case has been one long shot after another. Maybe we should question the people at this Passy establishment. and look for any dirt we can use to put some pressure on Mr. Nova.
これは俺方向性を間違えたんじゃないか。
Only path I see.
前から出るか。
The Hassie Bar is located on Market Street, near the Genus Clinic. We can head there whenever you're ready.
了解。あれ、やっぱ腐った牛乳まずかったのかな。誰？
Oh, hey, it's you! Wow, long time.
久しぶりって言われたよ。
Who's this?
そうなんだ。
Hey, not too old now. Did you manage to keep that plant I got you alive?
死にかけてるやつ？
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Wilty. You probably overwatered it, didn't you?
That's exactly right.
言うなよ。
Figures. So, what's with the bot? Yours? Really? Huh. I didn't think you liked to bring work home, as it were. Anyway, it's great to see you. What brings you to the Hassie Bar? Doing a review of that sweet weather ROM outside or something? All right, now that's the kind of journalism I'm talking about.
おお、興味持ってくれますか。
Indeed, we're looking into some accusations made against Charlie Nova. And we're actually trying to build up a solid case against him.
脅迫ですか。
No shit. I actually may have exactly what you need.
持ってんのかい。
Charlie comes here all the time. You know that show he's host of, Star in the Stratosphere?
はいはい。
That show where normal people try to become actors and singers and all.
Huh.
Listen to this recording I made when he was here last month on his book tour.
録音。おお。
So many people come up to me thinking that if they can sing or act, I'll just make them a superstar. But that isn't how it works. Raw talent isn't enough to get you by in this industry, and anyone who thinks so is lying to themselves.
まあそれはそうでしょうね。
It takes hard work and persistence. You gotta want it, and want it bad.
いいこと言ってるじゃないですか。
But the kids I get on Star in the Stratosphere, which I host each and every week, as you all know, they're all so young and hungry.
Huh.
I love them. I do my damnedest to make sure they get what they want. They give me their best, so I'm gonna give them mine.
It's not much, but it might help you build a case if you chop it up right. Just keep my name off it. I post hiking pictures, not scandals.
なるほ
Well,
ど。
if nothing else, the threat of this dropping on the mess should get them talking. Here, I just made a copy for you. Anyway, I'd love to catch up soon. For now, I'll let you keep at it. You can usually find me here if you want to chat again.
ほう。
Say,
とは言うたものだ。
why did you tell Keith that I belong to you?
まあそういうことなんだよな。
I'll thank you to remember that I am not the same as any ordinary ROM that exists to be subservient.
せやな。
I don't like being forced to assert my independence as a unique individual, but I really thought you were above this. Anyway, this is pretty innocuous. We We are going to need more evidence if we're to fabricate a believable story that will convince Mr. Nova it's in his best interest to help us.
何かと組み合わせるのか。他に持ってる人いるかな。
What can I do for you? Sure. I still have a little bit before closing, and I can use some conversation to distract me from the anticipation of the VR drama I have waiting for me when I get off.
仕事しよう。
What do you want to know? Charlie is a complete trip. We met when he was just starting out doing adverts. He still drops in every once in a while to hang out. I love the guy. He's super funny, always has the best stories, and his hair is perfect. And he parties harder than anyone I know.
パーティー好き。
A couple weeks ago, he invited me to his raid at some pole that's probably already shut down.
レイプに見えた。いかん、ダメだ。
So amped up on Crash that he jumped up on the table and hosted an impromptu dirty dancing contest.
クラッシュの影響。いかがわしいダンスコンテストの司会。
I swear, if he was in Charlie Nova, we would have gotten chucked out on our asses. But it was a lot of fun. If you want to meet him, just hang around here long enough. He loves mingling with his fans. Not that it helps his ego any.
触れ合う。ベッドの上で。
You don't have internal hookups, do you? The older sets are all helmets that use electromagnetic waves to stimulate the neural pathways in your brain to induce the desired sensory input. It's pretty crude though, which is why EM hats give you that dreamlike experience. It doesn't quite feel real. The Direct Link network has way higher fidelity. It's like actually being there. And since the Direct Link can interrupt your primary motor cortex, you don't have to take muscle relaxers to keep from flailing around.
なんかすごいこと言ってないか。
But some people are still scared off by it. Well, it's pretty invasive. They inject this smart polymer into the base of your skull, right at the brainstem, and it crawls along your primary neural pathways and bonds to your major
本当めんどくさいですよね。めんどくさいは禁止艦隊打つってどういうことだよって話ですよね。
It's been safe for almost a decade, but a lot of folks are still pretty skeeved out by the idea of having a bunch of conductive plastic coating in the inside of their brains.
そりゃそうでしょう。事故は起こんねえのかよ。
For the 24 hours or so that is hooking everything up and self-calibrating, you start to have intense hallucinations because of all the electrical crossfiring.
いや、ダメでしょ。
It's a trip, I'll tell you that. But no worse than the stuff people have been taking for millennia, watching the world melt.
いや、そういう問題じゃないと思うんですけど。
Anyway, if you're looking to get installed, I have a guy who does great work. Just let me know. Sure. Just let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to help.
I haven't seen you around here before. Is there something I can help you with? Another one of his fans, huh? Yeah, he comes here sometimes. I don't really get why everyone likes him so much. Well, I have a picture from this time he flipped off a box of kittens. Somebody brought them to try to give away, and one of them scratched him up. He ended up taking it home, but he really hemmed it up about getting scratched. I think he ended up calling him, I think it was Captain Snuggles? It was pretty funny, actually. I'll send your Rom a picture.
これでいいのか?
Frankly, I'm starting to feel a bit uneasy about this. Mr. Nova's clearly an upstanding individual, if just a bit boisterous.
まあまあまあ。
But I suppose if we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. This should be more than enough anecdotal evidence to fabricate a less than flattering image of Mr. Nova that the public will eat right up. Let us present our story to him immediately. Hopefully our delay has not put him in physical danger.
とは言うたもののやな。どうやるんだ?
Hey, you two.
なんだ?
I think I'm gonna have to let security know that you're not allowed back in the building. Doubtful, but let's hear it. Never let it be said I didn't give someone a chance to dig their own grave.
なんかそんな気がするんだけど。
Hey, that's completely out of context. And I love Captain Snuggles.
まあ。
Sure, we didn't get off to a good start, but he's a great cat. The best.
最終的に言うとね。
Charlie, flipping off a kitten? Why?
おお、なんか怒ってる。
Anyway, this is just.
消えたんですか? 長州さん消えたんですか? って。
This is really your best attempt at blackmailing us?
So what? I like to show people a good time. There's nothing wrong with that.
それだけだとね。
Damn it, I told you to get off the crash, Charlie. Shit like this keeps coming up.
消えちゃうよ。
I did. And besides, I wasn't doing anything illegal.
Whatever. This is still nothing but hot air.
そうだよね。
You need to step up your game, kid.
You're just grasping at straws.
これがね。
This speech was truly a beacon of light for the entire entertainment community. There's no way an original sermon like that is going to convince anyone that I'm a bad guy.
Well, with some creative editing. You go public with this flimsy smear piece, I'm gonna tear you apart.
そうだよね。
Oh, enough, enough! I'm not cut out for this cloak and dagger game, Sympathy. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like they've got anything substantial to use.
と思うんですけどね。
I might as well give them what they want, so they'll go away.
おお、なるほどなるほど。
Tell them whatever you want.
あ、なんだ。
And I'll be taking that evidence.
You didn't have to do all of this. I would have helped if you had just asked. But it's always push and dig and needle, isn't it? I'm not a journalist. I'm just an anchor. I read off a teleprompter and look good doing it. I don't have much to offer you, but here's what I know. Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills. But all I've got is flimsy threads at best. The thing is, all this stuff with my stories... Stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever. It started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink hardware. The technically legal kind.
非合法なタイプがあるのか?
Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right? But sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot.
言ってましたね。
Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day.
まあドラッグかとか知んないけど。まあ、日本じゃありえないでしょうね。
So I went to this guy I know, good guy, everyone uses him. He's called Nanya.
Nanya, はい。
He does great work after just one simple back alley brain surgery. Bing bang boom.
じゃじゃーんってね。あ、そう。
I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects.
それはいいのか?
It could be a coincidence, though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they
結構倫理観があれですよね。クラッシュしてますよね。
But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here. So if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link.
はあ、はあ。
Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him.
なるほどね。
If he'll even see you, that is. Well, we took far too long to get to it, but I'm quite happy to assist in any way that I can. Just make sure you source me in your article, right? Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes. I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere. Give it the old Charlie Nova bump. Maybe we can smooth out all this silliness between us. Anyhow, I really have to get back to work. Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
だそうです。じゃあこの次のところ行ったら今日は終わりにしましょうかね。ノーニャだっけ？なんかやばそうなんですけど。なんか危なそうなのが2人いますけど。ブル中野とアジャコングみたいなのがなんか現役時代の気のせいですかね。
This is genius. The contrast of the art's colors to the walls. The way the letters stretch out. Not to mention the accented punctuation amplifying the outcry. Who are the jealous and to whom are they unworthy?
観察だって。 どうした何これ。思いっきりレスラーでしたね。
Howdy! You can call me Cactus Canary!
カクタスカナリー、はい。ダウボーイやんねえよ。レスラーなんだ。
Hey there, I go by Night Witch.
ナイトウィッチ。NSWF ですか？バイオレントウィングス。いや、それはわかりますけど、私も。武闘派集団のし、あ、そう。
Hold up there, Speedy.
ん？なんで？誰？
I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody.
うん、そうですよね。なんでマイクで喋んのね。アピールですか？
Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors?
まあ
Feel me?
まあ、そらそうだ。そらそうだ。そらすまんかった。
Hello. We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? Pisk, 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 my little blue friend.
これもレスラーですか？
What? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
Trouble? There's no trouble here. We can be friends. I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here. I see. No, I like you too. You're cool in my book. And since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
お使いですか？
You see, I'm a budding street musician.
あ、そうなの？あ、それでマイク持ってるのね。
Working on my next big hit. Feel me?
ビッグヒット作曲中は、いや、知らんよけど、まあまあまあ、わかります。はい。
But I'm sort of stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right.
最後のライムがビシッと決まらない。はあ。
Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see.
まあ、クリエイティブかどうか知んないけどさ。
And it'll be fun.
はあ。まあ、しょうがないな。
Are you sure about this?
まあ、やるしかないんじゃないか？
You know how important this has become.
まあ、急がば回るといいじゃないですか。
Time is of the essence.
いや、分かってるんですよ。分かってるんだよ。
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit?
うん。せんと有望かとか知らんけど。うん。
Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo SFPD.
うん、そりゃそうだ。
You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't.
なぜバレた？いや、知らんけど。
Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out.
うんうんうん。なるほどね。
People like you don't come down here for anything boring.
なるほど。
We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder?
分かってるね。
This isn't good.
なかなかやれますね、この男。
If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us. Not to mention all the other people it could indirectly affect. This whole case is life or death.
Huh. Kind of a dramatic rhyme, eh? But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get in to see Nanya at all.
よし、わかった。
He's my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return him when I'm asked. That's how we do things around here. I knew you'd see it my way.
半分脅しですけどね。
All you gotta do is help me complete my rhymes, you dig? A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration.
Huh.
It's gonna be super cred. Anyway, you ready for this?
まあもう。やってみましょうか。
Gonna give it a shot? That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with.
はい。
You ready? It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second.
はぁ？ これ正解あんの？いとこの数日本語訳してるだけじゃないか。韻を踏み合いのかい？これか？
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of an elephant ear. Oh, like the pastry. I guess that kind of makes sense. Alright then, that'll work for now.
なんか気に入られたぞ。
Thanks for helping. Here's the next one. Ready? Pay attention now.
Hey.
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, I'll You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together.
特別なインスピレーション。なんすかそれ。
If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know.
ガードをこじ開けるなら？あ、そういうこと？え？ガードを
Wait, those are... sure, why not?
Wait, だって。なんだろう、これ渡してるか？
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my scones.
スコーンなんだ。
That doesn't rhyme, and why would I give him scones? I love my scones.
そらすまん。
Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one. I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know if you come up with anything new.
Haven't you ever rapped before?
ないよそりゃ。あるわけねえじゃねえかの。ガードをこじ開ける。これか？
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll let you scan my ID card. Hey, that totally works. Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
A Christmas-themed love song?
いや、わかんないけど。ベタっていうな。
Alright, now I need your help with just one more line.
まだあんのかよ。
It's the last one.
最後ね、了解。
This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others.
ラブソングって悩んでたんですよね。はい。
Ready? Here we go.
じゃあこれが終わったら今日の配信切りましょうか。切りがいいから。
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of damn it.
トーン。同じトーン。
This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo.
トーン。
Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us any second now.
これさっきスコーンになってたな。トーンですよね。意外とこれだったし。
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
He does know those are donuts, right?
俺もドーナツだと思ってたらスコーンだ言われたからなんだろうなと思ったけど。
Now that's what I call a tasty beat.
いけたらしいよ。まあいいんだけどさ。
That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off.
まあ喜んでくれたからいいよ。
Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician. We totally become rivals, and I bet you that. On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. You feel me?
どうなってんでしょうね。
But you did help out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool. Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby.
あ、そうっすか。
Here, you can keep the scones.
まあまあ。
It was nice meeting you, Formula.
てかなんでここにそんなもんがあったんだって話なんですけどね。
Hey, you too, little Bob Blue. Hey, that kind of rhyme.
Let's go.
そうだね。はい。ということで、まあ、いい感じに、まあ、肩がついたようなんで、今日はここまでしときましょうかね。じゃあ、皆さん、今日はありがとうございました。じゃあ、とりあえず、戻りましょう。じゃあまたね、まあ4連休の間のね、あと3日の間のどっかでまたやりますんで、その時はまたお付き合いいただければと思います。では、ありがとうございました。